At first glance, the professional kitchen may not be an obvious place for adaptive leaders to find important lessons. But I think great modern professional kitchens can teach us a huge amount in 5 key areas of the Agile environment, and we'll explore those in this video. Hi there, I'm Richard Williams at More Minds Better, accelerating your organisation to the future of work. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for all of our latest content. Now, I love finding new ways to tell stories that help us better connect with the critical truths and principles of adaptivity. And I also love a good restaurant, so it was a real joy to discover ways of working in kitchens can shed light on the best practices for business agility. On our menu today, clarity of purpose, customer focus, built-in quality, communication and collaboration, team building. I'll admit I was surprised. My first impression of a kitchen was based on the lurid headlines. Globally recognised chefs made famous for shouting at staff. Heat, stress, ridiculous hours, a complex positional hierarchy invented in the 19th century by an army cook turned fraudster turned celebrity. Okay, here's a fun fact. Modern Western kitchen practices trace their lineage back to Auguste Escoffier in the 1890s and early 20th century. Author of Le Guide Culinaire, still a major reference today, and also the inventor of the peach melba, it was Escoffier's work bringing order to the kitchen and elevating the role of chef to a profession that earned him culinary preeminence. He was called up at the age of 19, where he worked as a French army chef for 7 years. He later used his experience there to establish the kitchen brigade system to bring order, cleanliness and a level of discipline to kitchens that were, at the time, riotous and drunken places. Escoffier wasn't exactly a culinary saint, however. He was fired as head chef from the Savoy Hotel in London in 1898 for dodgy dealings involving kickbacks from food suppliers. Surviving the scandal, he went on to food fame with his work at the Ritz hotels in London and Paris, cooking for kings, emperors, and the celebrities of his day. Okay, enough. Let's get back on track to agility. So what I thought I knew about kitchens may not have been too inspiring. In fact, it turns out there's so much more going on in reality. The underlying behaviours at the heart of the professional kitchen are actually very in tune with the best of business agility. Let's begin with clarity of purpose. Watch a couple of episodes from Chef Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares TV show. Even chosen at random, you're likely to bump into a recurring theme. Restaurateurs fall into the trap of hugely expansive menu choices and fail to manage the quality of their offering. With so many meal choices, the restaurant is unable to stock the best raw materials, often relying on freezing produce to prolong shelf life. Confused customers are left with a bewildering list of options that speak nothing of specialty and care, and so vote with their feet. Cue some Gordon magic. He works with the owners and chefs to reduce the menu, picking a small list of freshly prepared meals. The restaurant now has purpose, a meaningful brand, and happy customers. There's a very important lesson for us here. We should alight on simple shared vision and set of goals. In paring down our scope and focusing on what's really important, we provide intent. If our people know what we stand for, they will feel empowered and motivated. If our customers know what we stand for, they will choose to partner with us because they feel aligned to us. A strong whole organisation vision which easily communicates our central purpose allows us to draw up meaningful objectives and illuminates our strategies. It helps us set appropriate guardrails for co-creation of work and gives direction for our innovation. Now on to customer focus. A restaurant survives on its reputation and the all-important diners. Without customers, there is no business. This is a two-way relationship. The chefs create meals they believe the diners want to eat. The diners will avoid those dishes they don't like, heap praise on their favourites, and blast their friends with recommendations and Instagram pictures. Waitstaff engage in dialogue with their customers, making tailored recommendations, receiving positive comments, and handling any issues. They're able to pass back reactions in real time to the chefs. A good restaurant listens to the feedback and reacts to it, making short-term corrections and honing the menu over time to innovate around the popular choices. Our customers should be at the heart of everything we do. If not for them, why do anything? Bring the customer to the center of product design. Introduce short, meaningful feedback loops to gather opinion as early as possible in the development cycle. Be willing to pivot without mercy, changing plans at a moment's notice if the needs of a customer or market conditions demand it. Built-in quality. It shouldn't be the diner who first tests whether the quality of food is up to scratch. A restaurant that relies on the customer or food critic to identify mistakes will not be in business for very long. In a good restaurant, everybody plays a part in checking the meal is right. However, the front line in quality checks in the professional kitchen is the chef that cooked the meal. There's an expectation that food is prepared to the highest standards before hitting the pass, where meals are assembled and sent for service. Chefs constantly taste to make sure seasoning is right. They check that dishes have been cooked correctly. They don't ship food blindly to the pass, hoping the head chef or maybe wait staff will find any problems before the plate arrives at the table. And of course, this should be the same with Agile practice. In software development, physical product creation and service delivery, it's the creators that need to actively drive quality checks. We shouldn't throw our new code or product over some virtual fence to a testing team, and we shouldn't be hoping to catch any bugs in acceptance testing. We need to take ownership and pride in the quality of our offerings, adopting practices that bake built-in quality to the process of code writing and product creation. Communication and collaboration. Communication in the kitchen is vital. It can make the difference between a disaster and a great service. Vocal cooks are synchronizing their activities, calling orders to make the team aware of priorities, and issuing warnings as hot food moves around the kitchen. Importantly, they're also listening to the rest of the team. When serving a table of diners, it's very unlikely that one single chef can deliver on their own. To deliver successfully, each chef must be in constant communication with the rest of the team to ensure the meals arrive at the pass at the same time. No surprises here to note that communication and collaboration are must-haves in agility too. There are dependencies to be identified and managed, requirements refined, synchronization attained within teams, and across teams of teams for larger enterprises. One lesson I think we need to learn here is the two-way nature of communication in the kitchen. A simple "we chef" or similar from the cook when someone calls out a new order is both an acknowledgement of understanding and also a sign of respect for the speaker. In our world of fire and forget emails, reintroducing some form of two-way dialogue and acknowledgement would go a long way to fix the dysfunctions I see with assumed outcomes based on failed communication. Team building. The cooks in a kitchen brigade eat a meal before service, with everyone sharing the food like a family. These meals are prepared by the cooks themselves and can also be a way for newer cooks to impress the head chef with their skills. This family-style behaviour is an important aspect of developing trust and psychological safety. Bonding as a team can be accelerated through something as simple and as social as eating together. Humans are evolutionarily wired to manage interactions with others in group sizes that somewhat match family and small village. It's why small teams have been prevalent throughout history. Think army squads and platoons, which in the US military ranges from perhaps 6 to 10 in a squad and 18 to 50 in a platoon. It's the same with agile teams and teams of teams. By bringing together our teams or groups to bond through something like the simple act of sharing a meal, we're tapping into a very powerful subconscious toolset. Members of the team will grow together, exchange vulnerabilities, and have a free forum to share experiences away from specific tasks that await them at their desk. And a sneaky final course: craftsmanship. Learning your trade as a chef is a lifelong pursuit. It's accepted that less experienced cooks progress through kitchen ranks, absorbing, honing, and demonstrating new skills as they go. No chef will ever consider themselves a complete master. There's always innovation, experimentation, and the next menu. In agility, we should aspire to this same sense of craftsmanship. If we choose to take pride in our work and understand that our skills are in constant need of sharpening, we can continue to motivate ourselves to improve and reach higher states of performance. I hope that smorgasbord of delight offered some food for thought. Whether through clarifying our purpose, focusing on customer delight, having quality built into the full life cycle of our processes, helping to build better teams, or inspiring a strong sense of craftsmanship, there are great examples of the best of Agile mindset in the kitchen. Please like the video below, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and sign up for alerts to make sure you don't miss any of our new content. For more Minds Better, I'm Richard Williams, and I'll see you next time.